Hi everybody, I'm Mataure. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're getting to some pregnancy questions. So many of you have DM'd me asking me a bunch of pregnancy questions. So I thought I'll just sit down and do a Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me here. What you guys want to know basically, and you guys sent through your questions. So we're going to be going through that today. So I hope you guys enjoy. Right, let's do some questions. So I've written the questions down because I film with my phone. So maybe one day I'll be that girl with a camera and everything so I can use my phone to actually just go through, but not yet. At the moment, we're going hard copy. Okay, so anyway, let's get to some of your questions. How did you find out you were pregnant? Well, I took a pregnancy test. Yes. Sorry, that story isn't all that exciting. I took a pregnancy test, but to give you guys context, I'm a, what can I say? I'm a chronic pregnancy test taker. I'm that person where immediately once we start trying, I'm taking like a million tests. So actually, Chongs used to give me grief about that because I'd get a test and then I'd get a negative and then I'll start spiraling and I'll get upset. So yeah, so actually, to be honest, this test I took it in secret. I didn't tell Chongs because I knew what he was going to say if I'd taken a test and it came out negative and I was going to be upset. So I actually didn't tell him I was taking one, but I was suspecting slash hoping I was pregnant. And yeah, pretty much I took the test, and we went into town. We came back and there were two lines. So I was really excited about that. So actually, even when I took the test, I was like, you know what? I know it's going to come out as another negative, but just for my peace of mind, let me take a test. And it was positive. So yeah, that's how I found out. What are you hoping the kid is? Oh, okay. So right off the bat, let me just say all I want is a healthy baby, right? I think we all know that sometimes moms can get shamed for wanting a particular gender. But to be honest, just to be clear, whatever I get, I'll be very happy and I'll be very grateful. But in my heart, I want another boy. I want another boy. I want MJ to have a brother because I just think it's so nice having like a same sex sibling. But yeah, I'm open to a girl. Like I'm warming up to the idea of a girl. I actually wouldn't mind as much now. Chunks is dying for a girl, like his whole heart. Like he really wants a girl, whereas I really want a boy. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. What are you craving the most? So for me, I don't have cravings as such. Like I've got things that I want, but not like, oh my gosh, Chunks is driving out in the middle of the night. No. The one thing though that like we have to have in this house is Mazoe blackberry specifically. That is the one thing. But it's like not a craving. It's like if I drink anything else, like even water sometimes makes me sick. So I need, okay, I suppose maybe that is a craving, but like Mazoe blackberry must be in the house. Like it has to be in the house because I can't. I only have one glass a day. It's not even that big a deal. But for me, having a glass of Mazoe blackberry with my dinner is just like that's a thing. So for me, it can ruin my day if I get home and we're out of Mazoe blackberry. So I suppose if I had a craving, it would be that. But otherwise, generally, I don't have cravings. Like I have things I want. Like this week, I was like, I really want cake. I would actually really love some cake. But if I don't have it, it's fine. But yeah, I have things I want, not so much a craving. What is the toughest thing about this pregnancy so far? Oh, I don't know. Like it's been tough, to be honest. It's been tough. That pelvic girdle pain that I got with MJ when I was in my third trimester, I got it in my first trimester this time. So that's been painful. So if I do a lot of walking, like that night I'll be in so much pain. Like my back, my pelvis would just be ugh. So that was horrible. The nausea, of course, was terrible. Like yeah, that'd probably be the worst because that made me so unhappy. So yeah, I think the being nauseous was just, yeah, that's probably the worst part of it. But there's always a lot of aches and pains. Like there's always a lot of back pain, weird pains. And for some reason, like yesterday, my elbow really hurt. I don't know why. So yeah, it's just the little aches and pains. Those have been tough, but the nausea probably would be the worst. Do you guys have names selected for the baby? Yes, we do. We do. We're still kind of like, oh, we change it here and there, but generally, for the most part, all the names are selected. The difference is with MJ, before I even got pregnant, I just knew what all of his names were going to be because his names came to me during praise and worship one time at church, and just like God gave me his names, and like that was set in stone. So when I got pregnant, I was like, here he is. This is MJ. This is Malibongwe. So this one, we've kind of just been testing out a couple of names throughout the pregnancy, but I think we've kind of settled on something. But we'll see. I'm like, I want to see the baby's face and be like, oh, do you look like a so and so? But yeah, we'll see. But so far, yes, we do have all the names picked out. How do you handle pregnancy anxiety and fear of things going wrong? That one is hard. That one is hard. I don't know if I can say I handle it, but it's just there. Like, I think also because I'm anxiety prone, that just makes it that much tougher. But I just try and counter every negative thought and every fear with a positive one. It's very real, very, very real. And it's something I battle with constantly every minute of the day. Like sometimes I'm lying down and I sit and think, oh my gosh, what if I'm squashing the cord? Or what if I'm squashing a leg? Or those constant things. What if something's wrong? What if something has happened? Just those thoughts haunt me constantly. So I don't know if I have any tips for handling that. You just get through it. I don't know if everybody's like this during pregnancy, or is it just me? Or is it people with anxiety? I don't know. I just pray through it. And just like genuinely, it's just prayer to say, God, whatever this thing is that I'm worried about, I just give it to you in the name of Jesus, Lord. This baby's fine. And I just try and do that. But it's a very real thing, and it's something I struggle with constantly. So yeah, I wish I had tips for you, but I'm stuck because I suffer from it every day. Favorite part of pregnancy? I don't think I have a favorite part, eh? I really, 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 really do not enjoy being pregnant. I think we're different. Like my sister, like Eunice from the last video you saw, like she loved being pregnant. I really, really do not enjoy anything about being pregnant. It's a horrible time for me. I don't know what to tell you. I know some people, like my friend Noma, loves being pregnant. I'm not one of those people. I don't enjoy it. If I had a favorite part, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, maybe food, I guess. Yeah, no, there's no favorite. It just sucks. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. It just sucks. Sucks for me anyway. But yeah, I can't say I have a favorite part. I look forward to it being over. Let's just put it that way. Like every day that like something happens, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be over soon. We're getting there. So many more months to go. Or like I sit and think, oh my gosh, Lord, let this be my last child. Let this be my last child, and I never have to do this again. So I don't enjoy anything about being pregnant. Being pregnant sucks. How did you find out, and how did you share it with Chunks? Well, like I mentioned, I took the pregnancy test, and then I walked up to Chunks and I'm like, yeah, look, it's positive. Actually, I think I might have a clip of our reaction. I'm going to insert it here. What did we just find out?
You tell him. Do my thing.
Obviously, by the time you guys see this, it's going to be a lot later, but I'm pregnant. So yeah, nothing fancy. Honestly, I wish I was that person who had like, the Pinterest moments of, oh, I've got something cute, the cute reveal for I'm like, I don't even have that patience. Like literally 2 lines. I'm like, Charles, 2 lines, I'm pregnant. So yeah, I don't have the self-control to plan anything fancy. I just straight up told him and showed him the stick. So that was how Charles found out. What contraceptive were you using after your first baby, and how was it in terms of weight gain, etc.? Cool. So contraception, I was on Implanon. That's the implant. That's where the scar is from, actually. I had the implant, the 3-year one. So I got that immediately. I think I got it like when I was 6 weeks postpartum. And then I basically just removed it last year when we decided we wanted to have another baby. So yeah, that's about it. So it's really hard for me to say if I had any side effects because I was on it for so long. And because of that, I didn't have any periods, I didn't have anything. So I don't know if there was weight gain. I don't know if it was baby fat or like just my body generally changing because of um pregnancy and like just having a baby, if my body's just changed, or whether it was the hormones, or I've got no idea. I didn't have any issues with it really. Going forward, I do not want to be on any contraception. I don't want any more babies, but I don't want to be on any more contraception because it's just, I just that thing of just having extra hormones in your system. It's a lot to handle. I have gotten requests to do videos about the different types of contraceptives, but it is not my area of expertise. I am very, very hesitant to talk about things that I'm not like fully versed in. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm willing to share my experience with one particular type, but I can't give a whole talk on the different types of contraceptives because I don't know much about them. I don't have any personal experience with a lot of them. So, for example, I've taken the pill before. Actually, when we first got married, I was on the pill. Yeah, that's taking a pill every day. Is too much. It's too much for some reason. I can take BB pills every day, but for me, the thought of having to take another pill on top of that is just, it was too much for me, and I can be forgetful. So yeah, I think that's about all I have experience with. Actually, that, the injection, and yeah, implant. That's about it. So yeah, I was on that. I didn't really feel any side effects as such, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Like, after I've given birth to the son and I'm not in any contraception, maybe I've just been crazy for the last 3 years. I don't know, but yeah, that's my experience with that. It was good. What have your symptoms been like? Yeah, it's been tough. So yeah, I'm in my second trimester now. My first trimester was horrible. I can't put it any other way. It was really, really horrible. I was nauseous, especially at night. Like, for me, after dark, I'm just I was just extremely nauseous. Like, it was really, really terrible. Very, very tired. My BP was playing up, so I was jumping from medication to medication. Yeah, so at the moment I'm just tired. I'm really, really, I'm just tired. Like, by 8:30, like 8 p.m., I'm finished, hey. Like, I'm absolutely done. Maybe because also I'm still doing the usual things. I'm still going to work, I'm still doing everything. So yeah, so in terms of symptoms, it's the fatigue, the backache and the joint pain. Like I mentioned, that pelvic girdle pain is really, really painful. So there's been that, and there's just general food aversions. Like, that's probably it. Like, there's certain things. My babies don't seem to like pork for some reason. Like, pork, I don't know. Pork seems to trigger something in my children. I don't know what it is. With MJ, for the bulk of my pregnancy, I couldn't eat any pork except bacon. Bacon's delicious anytime. But I couldn't eat any pork at all. With this one, now I'm kind of like, okay, I can eat a pork chop and it's not that bad. But yeah, it's basically just food related things. But for the most part, I've been fine. Having horrible heart palpitations, which sucks. Vivid pregnancy dreams. I don't know if you guys have ever heard anything about that. Like, you have the wildest dreams when you're pregnant. So the pregnancy dreams have been very, very real. Yeah, but otherwise, for the most part, I wouldn't say I've had any crazy symptoms. I think that's about it. That's about it. How did you find out and how did you feel? How did Mandla feel? So I felt very, very happy. Very, very, very happy, excited. Of course, always terrified. I don't know why. Every time I see a positive pregnancy test, I get this feeling like, oh, what have we done? But yeah, for the most part, I've been feeling all right. Chunks was very happy, very, very happy. Just excited. He's keen to have another baby in the house. So yeah, he was very happy. How is MJ reacting to the pregnancy? Well, okay, so in my excitement, I told MJ, MJ, there's a baby in mommy's tummy, like very early on when we found out. And that boy does not forget. So he now knows there's a baby in mommy's tummy. I don't think he understands what that actually means because he went for a while saying that he had a baby in his tummy and everybody's tummy had a baby. So that took a while to explain that no, not every tummy has a baby. Only mommy's tummy has a baby. So yeah, like, he was confused for a while because he thought, like, my boobs, there was a baby in my boobs. Like, the whole concept, like, confused him. At the moment, he's kind of understanding, okay, if I say hi to the baby, like, he knows it's my tummy. So sometimes, like, he'll lift up my top and look at the baby, look at my stomach and be like, oh, he says hi to the baby. And then you go close the baby, like, cover yourself kind of thing. So I don't know. I think he's confused, to be honest. He doesn't really understand what it means, but he just knows that there's a baby in mommy's tummy, but he hasn't figured out how that works yet. Do you know or want to know the sex of the baby, or you'll find out at birth? I do want to know. You know what? I've toyed with the idea of finding out, like, when I give birth, but I don't think I have that patience. I just don't think I have that level of patience. And Chunks absolutely wants to find out as soon as possible. So we'll probably find out beforehand. Whether we'll share it or not, I don't know. But yeah, we'll probably find out beforehand. Yeah, I'm excited to know. I just want to like get in my head to know, okay, am I gonna have two boys or am I gonna have a boy and a girl? Like I'm really excited to know. So we'll probably find out soon. Do you use any supplements to speed up the process to get pregnant? If yes, which one? No, I didn't use any supplements. I wouldn't know much about that to be honest. I have heard that if you're trying to conceive, folic acid is very good to take. I didn't take it personally, but yeah, I heard there's quite a few good ones on the market. But yes, I didn't take anything at the time. Yeah, I'd say probably just like things like tracking your days and things like that help a lot. But yeah, I didn't take any supplements. Yeah. Please do a hospital bag video. Of course, I will absolutely do a hospital bag video. But I'm afraid. You see, the reason why I am so hesitant to do like baby related videos is because I am a very very simple person, and I don't call myself a minimalist, but I honestly don't believe babies need that much. So my hospital bag will be pretty basic, just clothes, diapers, maternity pads. Yeah, that's about it. Like nothing fancy. So I don't know if you guys want to see like a very unfancy mom's hospital bag. Then yes, I will do that when I get around to eventually packing it. To be honest, I completely forgot that that's something that needs to be done. Yeah, I need to catch up. I need to catch up. I've been so busy. I haven't really had time to like focus on like the baby and things like that. But yes, I will film that if you're interested. Are you going to vlog your birth process video? Yes, I would actually love to. You know what? We'd actually recorded my birth with MJ. I think we've just never gotten around to showing you guys the footage. It was grainy. It wasn't that great. That was way before I was on YouTube, but I knew it was something I wanted to record. So maybe one day I'll like show you guys like what MJ's was like. But yes, I will definitely want to vlog the process, vlog the whole thing. I'm just that person. But yeah, my birth is going to be a C-section. So I don't know how exciting that's going to be for people out there. Natural birth videos are like, they look so glamorous, because it's the pushing, it's the what. But mine's going to be a C-section video. So anyway, I will still vlog it for any of you who are interested out there. This might come up silly. Do you feel your body changing or just changes as you move? You know, this is not a silly question. I understand. Like, send me the silly questions because I know it can be hard to wrap your head around. I think for everybody it's different. So for me, what happens to me is, it's like I go through, well, the baby goes through growth spurts. So like I'll look like this, right? And then I'll go through like 2 or 3 days of being like really, really tired, really exhausted. And then I'll wake up one day, my stomach is bigger. And like the change can be quite like, quite dramatic for me. Like in a couple of days, I'll just like get bigger and bigger and bigger. You can feel things changing. Like sometimes, um, even small things like the way I look in the morning and the way I look in the evening is different. So usually in the mornings, I'll look a bit smaller and everything. I'll feel a lot better. But by the night time, my stomach is a lot bigger. I feel heavier. I can feel my body's a lot more tired from carrying this weight around. I remember asking my mom why. Well, obviously this is before she passed and before I got pregnant. But I always asked her like, why are pregnant women always so tired? Because when the baby comes out, the baby weighs like 3 kgs. So I'd always ask her like, why are pregnant women always so tired? But it's not just the weight of the baby. And bear in mind that 2 or 3 kgs, you're carrying it around all day. Like you do not get a chance to put it down to be like, okay, So even when you're sleeping, you are pregnant and you are carrying the baby, and that weight is constant. So there's a lot that you're dealing with. So it's like, you feel the changes, the baby's growing bigger, you're becoming more uncomfortable, you've generally got more blood in your system, you yourself are gaining weight, your bones are moving and adjusting. So yeah, you can sometimes feel the changes. For me, I know it happens like it's more of an overnight thing where it's like 2 3 days I'm exhausted, I can't keep my eyes open, and then like 3 days later I'm bigger or something has changed. So yeah, but I think it depends on the person. Maybe, I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section below if you've ever been pregnant. What is it like for you? Were you actively trying for baby number two? Yes, we were. We were, for a couple of reasons. The timing is not ideal for us, financially and everything. Things are just not the best time, but we've come to realize there's no best time to have a baby, to be honest. There are better times, but we figured, you know what, we don't want the age gap between our kids to be really, really big. So we thought we'd just go for it. And the nice thing that I've realized about a second kid is you kind of know what you're doing a little bit more, and it's less expensive because you already have a bunch of the things. So, like, you already have clothes, you already have the bathtub, you already have a crib, you already have the knowledge of the nonsense not to buy. You know what I'm saying? As a first time mom, you're like, oh, I have to have a baby swing, and I have to have this, and I have to have that. But by second baby, you're like, I don't need this. I don't need that. It's a lot simpler. So yes, we were actively trying. As I mentioned, I don't plan to have any more children after this. Don't get me wrong. If God says, look, it's time for baby number three, it's time for baby number three. But so far, we don't want any more kids after this. So I think I would just want to get it over and done with. I am getting a little older. I do feel the difference between this baby and MJ. And also, with my blood pressure issues and everything, it doesn't get easier as I get older, if that makes any sense. So we just decided, let's just get it done, pop out one more baby, and we know we're done. So yes, we were actively trying. But you guys know this, though. You guys know this. I spoke about this a lot last year, that I really wanted another baby. So yes, we were. How is MJ taking being a big brother, and have you told him? So he doesn't understand it. We have told him, and he doesn't forget. So like I've said to him, MJ, in mommy's tummy is your brother or sister. So like he kind of gets it, and like he'll sit and he'll pray for the baby, be like, oh, thank you God for mommy's baby, and thank you God for a brother or sister. He doesn't know what a brother or sister is, but like he's like, okay, that's happening. And I think also in the mind of a child, like it's probably been taking forever. I'm sure it feels like mommy's had a baby in her tummy for her entire life. So I think it's only like when I'm physically holding a baby that he'll really understand what it means. He knows what a baby is and he understands what a baby is, but he just can't reconcile the fact that I have one of those in my stomach and that means an actual baby's coming. So yeah, I mean, he's fine with it. Like, I notice sometimes he gets really, really upset. Like, if I say to him, oh, come and say hi to the baby, he gets really upset because I think he's kind of starting to see this is competition, you know what I mean? So once in a while, he'll get like really upset and have a tantrum about it. But for the most part, he doesn't understand, but he's starting to sort of cotton on that there's something happening in mommy's tummy. And I don't know if he can notice that my tummy is getting bigger or if he's just like, okay, that's how mommy's always looked. I don't know. But so far, his reaction is meh because he doesn't understand. How is this pregnancy different from MJ's? Sorry, I love pregnancy videos. Oh, don't apologize. I adore pregnancy videos too. I absolutely love pregnancy videos. So this one is different. To be honest, like a lot of like the discomfort that I felt like towards the end of my last pregnancy, I'm feeling it now, and I felt it really early on. Like I said, I am older, so like this pregnancy has been harder on my body way more than MJ's was. I think whether I was younger, whether I was fitter, it's hard. Like right now, I'm so breathless. Just from all this talking, I'm fighting for my life. Whereas with MJ, I only really felt this way like in the third trimester. And I feel like I had more energy then than I do right now, but I don't know. I think they're equally similar. Like I said, I really just generally don't like to be pregnant. I didn't like it then, I don't like it now. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just different. Like my body just feels older, older and creakier and ugh, more ugh. I feel more ugh this time around, if that makes any sense. Was it hard conceiving? Do you have regular or irregular periods? It wasn't hard conceiving this time around. It was a lot faster than the first time with MJ. So the first time with MJ, I did have regular periods, and like I was like tracking my cycle on the Flow app, and it took us a few months to actually get pregnant then. This time around, I didn't have any regular. I haven't had a regular period since before I got pregnant with MJ. I think also because I was on contraception, and then I took it out, and then I bled for a month, and then I don't know what happened. Then I was spotting, then I was pregnant. So it happened relatively quickly for me. But I think that's just us. I think women in my family are generally very fertile. Hey, like my mother had 5 children, and like my sisters just cough once and they're pregnant. So I think we're just blessed in that way. Um, I do understand how complicated getting pregnant is when you have irregular periods. I do have people close to me who have had irregular periods, and I've seen how difficult it can be sometimes falling pregnant when things are like that, because obviously you don't know when you're ovulating, you don't know when things are happening. So I understand that. But for me, it was relatively simple. I was impatient, but it was relatively simple. Is actually being pregnant painful or come with pain during the 9 months? It can be. It can be. For me in particular, my pelvis and my back pain is incredible. Like, it's actually physically painful. Um, you feel a lot of discomfort. You feel, I think discomfort is the word. Like, you're constantly uncomfortable. Like, imagine that feeling of just like, you know how when you go to the dentist, like they numb you, right? But you can still feel everything and it doesn't feel good. That is how pregnancy feels for me. Pain wise, the pelvis pain, really, really painful, and that is consistent. But otherwise, I wouldn't say there's like pain. There's just like all sorts of things. Like when you're nauseous, it makes it really, really uncomfortable the entire time. So I don't know. For some people, it's different. There's certain things that are a little bit painful, like having like gas trapped in your tummy can be a bit painful. Walking can be painful. So yeah, it varies from woman to woman. But yeah, for me, yeah, I would say yeah, it can be painful. But I suppose you just get used to it and you just like keep pushing through it. Are you having morning sickness? Um, I don't have morning sickness like where like I wake up in the morning and I throw up. First trimester generally I didn't throw up very much. I just feel nauseous, especially at night. Like for me, after the sun sets, I would feel horrible. Even eating dinner was horrible. And then I sometimes have like waves of being nauseous. So like actually just a few nights ago, I was really, really, really hungry. And then I had dinner and I ate really, really fast and I puked my guts out and peed myself. Fun fact. So it varies. But yes, I suppose I did have morning sickness, but not really. Not as bad as other people get it. Like I know people get morning sickness like bad, bad, and they're throwing up. But generally, even actually for me and my sisters, we generally not like throwing up kind of people for morning sickness. So yes, being nauseous, yes, that happens from time to time. Lately, first trimester, constantly, but now it's a lot better. What are you looking forward to the most about having two children? Oh man, I'm just like I say I have two arms for two babies. Like I can't wait to hold both of my kids. Oh, like I'm just like that's what I'm most excited about. Like, so MJ gives the best hugs. He's such a like a physically affectionate baby. So I'm looking forward to like hugging two of my kids and just like seeing them playing together. But like it's mostly the hugs, to be honest. Like being able to hold my two kids, that is what I'm looking forward to the most. And watching them grow up together, watching MJ have someone to play with, because MJ does get lonely. And I see he babies his toys a lot. So like he puts his babies down for a nap and he disciplines them and he plays with them and like so I think seeing my kids playing together is something I'm really, really looking forward to. I'm positive it's a girl. Do you know yet? You know what? I actually strongly suspect it's a girl. I don't know why. Like, I want a boy, but I have said I'm like 90% sure that it's a girl. I don't know why. With MJ, you see, with MJ, I just knew from the second I got pregnant. I didn't doubt for a second, except for like 20 seconds before we actually found out. Like during the ultrasound, I was like, can it be a girl? But I always knew it was a boy. And also God told me I'm gonna have a son, so I knew. This one, I'm like, I'm sure it's a girl. So I have girl names picked out as well. But I'm still like holding a candle, praying deep down that it's a boy. Chunks will be overjoyed if it's a girl. I know he'll be very, very happy about that. But yeah, I also think it's a girl, but we'll see. As a man, how can I experience what being pregnant feels like? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I don't know. I'm not sure. What I would say is be involved in the research and finding out what is happening with your baby. For example, there's like those apps like Baby Center is a very good one. Download the app and just like generally know what's happening week by week along with your wife. Like know how many weeks pregnant your partner is and and just learn like some of the experiences that they're going through. Because I know Baby Center has like a section for like what the baby's doing, and then a section of like how are you gonna feel. So it'll tell you like, oh, this week you're gonna feel very nauseous, or this week, your balance might be completely off, or this week pregnancy brain is gonna be like this. So I would say like do your research, like take part, be part of it. Also like baby preparation, be like hands on with like preparing for the baby, picking out the cribs, the types of diapers. I think it's really, really good for men to be very hands on. And yeah, just ask questions. Like ask your partner how she's feeling, and like want to know more, basically. Just like ask the questions. I think that's probably the closest you could get to it. And then of course things like feeling all the kicks. Talk to the baby as much as possible. I know it's not easy as a man to try and connect with the pregnancy, but do your best to talk to the baby, interact with the baby, pray for your child, and just start establishing that connection. Hardest trimester, first or last? Yo, with MJ, the first was the worst. Probably with this one, to be honest, the first was quite terrible as well. I hope it was the worst. Yeah, most people say the third, because like your third trimester, you're in a lot of pain. It wasn't that bad for me. I didn't feel that bad, but I also gave birth at 37 weeks. I hear the third trimester gets infinitely worse from like 38, 39, 40 weeks. I heard it gets extremely uncomfortable. So for me, I wasn't like that bad. Like they say the second trimester is like your honeymoon phase of pregnancy. That's when you feel the best. So yeah, for me still, I think the first is horrible. Like constantly being tired, the sickness, but anyway, it differs again from woman to woman. Yeah, guys, that's basically it. Those are the questions that I'm willing to answer. Thank you so much for sending through your questions. It's really been such an experience, guys. We're so excited. We are so, so excited. Like I'm saying, the timing may not be the most ideal, but I always say God's timing is the best timing. We're really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to just open up a playlist specifically for pregnancy questions and pregnancy related things. And yeah, I'm looking forward to really sharing this journey with you, knowing full well that this very well could be my last. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think pregnancy has been hard. Like I haven't really wanted to talk about it before now. I don't know why. I just didn't feel ready to talk about it. But now I'm kind of like opening up to the idea a little bit more, which is why I announced. And also I wasn't going to be able to hide it for much longer. But yeah, it's been a great experience. I'm looking forward to like capturing things, taking you guys along with me on the journey. I have a lot of videos that I'm going to get out to you guys over the next couple of months. So you're going to be seeing my face a lot. But if there's anything in particular you want me to make a video about, as usual, DM me on Instagram, leave a comment, let me know what you guys want to see more of, and I'll try and deliver. That's all I have for you today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are watching this video and you have not subscribed to my channel. What is wrong with you? What is wrong? What is the problem? Please hit that red button until it goes gray. Subscribe to my channel and join the family. I promise you, you won't regret it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.